Chapter 17, Breathing and Exchange of Gases. Summary. Cells utilize oxygen for metabolism and produce energy along with substances like carbon dioxide, which is harmful. Animals have evolved different mechanisms for the transport of oxygen in the cells and for the removal of carbon dioxide from there. We have a well developed respiratory system comprising two lungs and associated air passages to perform this function. This step The first step in the respiration is breathing, by which the atmospheric air is taken in inspiration and the alveolar air is released out expiration. Exchange of O2 and CO2 between deoxygenated blood and alveoli. Transport of these gases throughout the body by blood. Exchange of O2 and CO2 between the oxygenated blood and the tissues, and utilization of O2 by the cells. Cellular respiration are the other steps involved. Inspiration and expiration are carried out by creating pressure gradients between the atmosphere and the alveoli with the help of specialized muscles, intercostals, and diaphragm. Volume of air involved in these activities can be estimated with the help of spirometer and are of clinical significance. Exchange of O2 and CO2 at the alveoli and tissues occur by diffusion. Rate of diffusion is dependent on the partial pressure gradient of O2 PO2 and CO2 PCO2, their solubility, as well as the thickness of the diffusion surface. These factors in our body facilitate diffusion of O2 from the alveoli to the deoxygenated blood, as well as from the oxygenated blood to the tissues. The factors are favorable for the diffusion of CO2 in the opposite direction, that is from tissues to the alveoli. Oxygen is transported mainly as oxyhemoglobin in the alveoli, where PO2 is higher. O2 gets bound to the hemoglobin, which is easily dissociated at the tissues where PO2 is low and PCO2 and H plus concentration are high. Nearly 70% of carbon dioxide is transported as bicarbonate HCO3 minus with the help of the enzyme carbonic anhydrase. 20 to 25% of the carbon dioxide is carried by hemoglobin as carbaminohemoglobin. In the tissues where PCO2 is high, it gets bound to blood, whereas in the alveoli where PCO2 is low and PO2 is high, it gets removed from the blood. Respiratory rhythm is maintained by the respiratory center in the medulla region of the brain, a pneumotaxic center in the pons region of the brain, and a chemosensitive area in the medulla can alter respiratory mechanism.